Alright, picking up where we left off, we just finished number 10. I am going to go on to the next one. So now we're at 11. Now we're at the solving linear systems of inequality by graphing. So we're going to look for which quadrant we're going to shade. They're already in slope-intercept form. So I'll make this one blue. I'll make this one red so you guys can see the difference. You'll be using pencils, so it won't matter. Alright, I'll graph this bottom one first. We start at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do what the slope tells us to do, which is up 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Here we can just draw the line because it doesn't matter. It's a dotted line. There's no line underneath. And we know that that one is y is greater than. I'm just going to put a little y is greater than next to that. This is how I would do it if I was working in pencil. So I know that greater than's above. It's going to be on this side of the line. I'm going to graph this. I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my slope is -2, so down 2 to the right 1. That is a solid line. So I draw a solid line through those 2 points. Hard to draw on this mechanism, but it would go through those points. I think you get it. And then this is y is greater than or equal to, which means it's above the line. So the way we talked about it in class, we look at one of the two first. Since this is greater than, we know that it could either be in quadrant 1 or 2. So then we look at the blue line. That is greater than, so it has to be above the blue line, so it has to be quadrant 2, where we are going to shade. All right, solving the linear inequality system by graphing. Here we did this in class as well. So this is a horizontal vertical lines and then a slanted line. So y is greater than or equal to -3. We go to -3 on the y solid line. We're going to graph that. And that is greater than, so it will be above. X is less than 5. So we put it at 5. That is going to be a vertical line. Less than would be to the left of it, so now it's going to be up, it's going to be to the left, so it's in this section right now, but we have a third one. So we're going to start at 1, go up 1 over 1, we're going to draw that line. Oops, made a mistake here. That X is supposed to be dotted, so if you make that mistake, just put little lines across it to show that I know you caught that mistake. Alright, this is another solid line for this one. And it's less than, so it's going to be this section in here that is shaded. Alright, getting there. Next page. Alright, follow, blah, blah, blah. Read directions. Okay. This one is already set up for you, but just so you can see how I set it up, Jamie has 300 feet of fencing enclosed a rectangular pasture. The pasture's length is to be 50 feet less than 4 times the width. Find the width of the garden. So I've already set it up for you, so we just have to put it in and solve. So 300, this is a substitution problem, equals 2 times L, and my L is 4W minus 50. That's a W, kind of a weird looking W, plus 2W. Distribute 8W minus 100 plus 2W equals 300. Combine our like terms, 8 plus 2. 10W minus 100 equals 300. Got to solve now for W. Add 100 to get rid of that. 400 equals 10W. Divide by 10. 400 divided by 10 is 40 equals W. We're looking for just the width, so that's all I need to do. If I needed to find the length, I would put that 40 in for that W to find what that is. But since I don't have to and the question's not asking me that, I won't do it. So we go on to the next number now. Tickets at a local movie are sold for $4 for adults, $2.50 for students. Remember, we're looking for two totals. We're looking for variables, 2 of them, and then we're looking for coefficients with those variables. This is how we set these up in class. The totals. Tickets at a local movie sold for $4 for adults, $2.50 for students. There were 450 tickets sold for a total of 1,575. So 450 and 1,575. All right, there are two types of tickets, adult and student. I don't like using S. I'll use A for adult. I'll use a K for kids because my S's and 5's look alike and it confuses me. The coefficients, $4 for adults, so we can use 4A, and 2.5 for the kids. Now I'm going to set this up. A plus K equals 450. Then I have my coefficient ones. 4A plus 2.5K equals the money total, 1,575. Now we're going to solve by elimination. So I'm going to multiply everything to get something to cancel out. Let's multiply this by -4. So this becomes -4A minus 4K. And then 450 times -4. That's going to give us 1,800 negative. Now we can combine these. So that's 0. 2.5 minus 4 gives us -1.5. K equals 1,575 minus 1,800. Gives us -225. Now we have to divide to get K by itself. K equals, since it's already in here, I'm just going to put divide 1.5. 150. So that's half of our answer. So now we have to figure out this student, or that was a kid, that was student tickets for adults. We're going to use this. A plus K equals 450. So A plus 150, because that's our K, equals 450. Subtract 150 from both sides. A equals 300. Excuse me. Next problem. Same type of problem. Swimming and diving. $6 for adults, $4 for students. 240 sold for a total of that. So we can set it up. Here's our total. Our variable, coefficient. Two totals, two variables with their coefficient. 240, 1,155. It's a good day for Seaholm swimming. We have adult and students. So again, I'm going to use A and K because I don't want to do the S. And then this would be 6A and 4.5K. The setup is identical to this pretty much, so I'm not going to go through and do that. I'm going to show you, spend a little more time on the last two problems because we didn't cover those as much in class, but the setup would be A plus K equals 240, and then 6A plus 4.5K equals 1,155. Multiply by -6, get them to cancel out, etc., etc. All right. The last page for the review is how to write a linear inequality. We didn't really talk much about this, but watch the video, see if we can figure it out. All right. To write a linear inequality or to write a linear equation, we need to know what our slope is, and we need to know what our y-intercept, remember that's also known as b, y-intercept, and I labeled the points for you so you can look at those. Where this line crosses the y-axis is right here, so that is -2. And the slope, if I go from this one to this one, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, so 4 over 1, or just 4. If I'm going to write an equation, this would be y equals 4x minus 2, but I'm writing an inequality. And this is shaded below, and it is solid. So we would say that is less than or equal to 4x minus 2. And that would be our answer. All right, the last one, we just do that twice now. Maybe this is our red line right here. I'm going to work on that one first. So for this, my slope is down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the right 2. So I'm going to have y something negative 5 because I went down over 2, x, and my y-intercept is 5, so I'll say plus 5. And if I look at this line, it's shaded below, so that would be less than. And I'll put or equal to because it's a solid line. Now I just have to write this blue line here. Let's take a look at that. So we're going to do it the same way. I have y, and if I look at the blue line now, I can see that it is above. So above, oh, I messed this one up. That should be the other way, because this is less than or equal to. So less than or equal to. Remember, it always opens to the big one. Going too fast again, making mistakes. All right, so this is above, so that's going to be greater than or equal to. And then I'm looking for my slope, so I go from this to this. I go up 1, 2, 3 spaces over 2, so that would be up 3 over 2x. And my intercept is right here, which is a positive 3, so plus 3. And that's your written system of linear inequalities. I think that is the last page for the review, if I believe. All right, that's it. Copy these down. You will be able to use this on the test tomorrow, so make sure you are going through and making these correct, and you have this copy with you.